Yesterday I was trying to explain what the food pyramid actually is. So at the ground we have carnivores, then we have vegetarians, which is used for shamanistic activities. Then we have vegan, which is actually not included into the real form of food because this is for another video, because veganism is the plasticization of things, right? Then we have fruitarians and liquidarians and breatharians. So, and above all of this is actually what you can use to be in every state of this pyramid. It's like intention. What is your intention when you do something? Because, well, if you are continuously trying to get your mind into a specific state and you repeat that over years of practice, now you live through these standards you were setting upon. And I think this is the most powerful thing you can do, to set a commitment to yourself over years. And you should take something for granted which is benefiting you, because if you heal yourself, now you can go out and heal others. This is what I've done, this is what I do, because I can speak about all of these things because I've done it and I'm still doing it, and I will continue to do that. So now I can share my experience with you. Well, but if you have no degree of self-knowledge, how would you be able to talk about these things? There's no possibility. So, what are we able to do? Well, of course, we can eat flesh, we can eat the fruit, we can only breathe. And from my point of view, I would say the real shaman goes into every realm and takes an experience, goes to the next one, tells you about something, goes to the next one, tells you about that, gets a new experience, get out. And he's or she is switching between realms. Why is the word called shaman? Shaman. The she-man, the all. The she and the he. The man and the she. The she and the man. So it's a mixture between things, right? It's human. So it's whole man, holistic. So the womb and the man. So the man comes out of the womb and is creating his world through his word by sticking an angle of the mind into it. And you form that angle. You form that angle of the mind by your words. This is why language is so important, and actually I would say language is magical. Because by using language, you can create your world. You can destroy a world and you can also build a new one. And this is about collapsing and rebuilding something. And you do that all the time. All the time. See how I'm breathing. I'm collapsing myself and rebuilding myself all the time. Every single cell is doing that. Now, there's no good and bad. There's only, I would say, density and buoyancy. If something is becoming very dense, it's vibrating very slow. And this is okay. It's the same with if something becomes very light and is moving up, now it's vibrating faster. It's like when light is boop, 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 reproducing itself like that. So, I can only tell you from experience with urine therapy, with sungazing, with distilled waters, that once I'm ingesting dense food, especially salt and flesh, I feel very stiff. I can't move that good. I have more pain. I don't have that much control over my thoughts. And everything becomes heavier. Like everything becomes more dense. It's not that fluid, right? So there's no problem. I can fast for 24 hours, then do a workout, actually lift a lot of weight and be light at the same time. And then we will see what happens, right? But to inner, and overstand these processes, you should have been to each place. And this is why I would say it's totally fine to eat flesh. It's totally fine to eat vegetables or fruits or even plastic vegan shit. It's totally fine to just breathe or to drink distilled waters or alcohol, spirits. It's totally fine to stare at the sun, and no, you don't get blind. You will see better. Can hurt at the beginning, but this is because your energy flow is blocked. Now, you have been to different realms. Now you can tell people about that. And you can bring that all together. It's like the labeling of things, right? Now, everybody's like, okay, now I'm vegan. Everything feels so good. I'm vegan. Yeah, that's good, man. But, you know what? Have you been maybe a fruitarian? How do you feel then? It's like, okay, now switch to liquids. What happens if you only drink juice? What happens if you only drink distilled waters? What happens if you drink piss for one day straight, recycling it? What happens if you look into the sun with your eyes? Now, you can do these processes again and figure out what is good for you. And that's life, actually. There's no need for doing anything, right? You can just sit there, which would be the most beautiful thing, to just create everything through your mind, just by sitting there, breathing, drinking your own waters, and staring into the sun. Now then you can close your eyes, and imagination creates everything. Is that the end goal? Well, you decide. It can get boring. It can. Doesn't have to be. Now, so then move and create an experience. Through what? Through movement, actually. This is moving the mind. Movement is moving the mind. And now suddenly you are in a whole different setting. Just by moving yourself to a different place. And what is creating that movement? Yourself. What is the actual energy which powers that? Electricity. Spirit. The elements. Consider these things, right? Not that much dense things. Well, they have certain value and they are good for something, but they don't power you to that degree. So consider new things. Try out new things. And don't be afraid of something. I can tell you from my experience that I've been sungazing now for at least over one and a half year. I've been drinking my own waters since about 1.5 year, like that. Meaning piss, for you guys which don't know what the own waters are. I've been drinking distilled waters, and actually I'm feeling very, very clean. I have a lot more control over my life. And there, of course, you can still do fun shit. It's part of the process, right? And still enjoy it. It's not like, oh, only work with light, only work with the elements, only do this, only do that. It's like, no, man. I know how these things work to a degree, still improving myself. But it's all about balance, right? Now you can find balance through things. You can do dumb shit and you can do awesome shit. And then it's balancing it out. That's the thing. If you know how to balance yourself, you can do everything. Know the opposite of things, right? And then find peace. Enjoy your experience. This is it.